Why do you block your own blessings, right? Why do we do that as humans? Block our own blessings. But it's like, if people can see the light in you, why can't you see the light in you? Make it make sense. The math not mathing. The math is not mathing.
She my desire. Drive around the world just to find her. I'ma get walk me Messiah.
Hey beautiful people, it's your girl Neferdede, the content queen. And today we're talking about imposter syndrome. We're talking about being a first generation American. We're talking about just not comparing yourself anymore and not being a slave to fear. I have been struggling with this for a very long time. And this is just me being my authentic self, being transparent, because I am not perfect and I do not want to continue to push out content that shows that I'm so quote unquote perfect, because I'm not. And just understanding that everybody has different starting points in life, and that your circumstance, your starting point does not define who you are. As long as you put in the work, stay consistent, you too will get to where you want to be. But understand that everybody has different starting points in life. That's all. But yeah, let's get into the video. Alrighty guys, so how's everyone doing? Today is Saturday, June 1st. Happy June 1st, everyone. Today I am getting ready to head out. Don't mind this towel wrap on my head. I just put it on to get in the shower because I am absolutely tired of wearing my bonnet in the shower, and when I get out it's wet. And although I have multiple bonnets, it's absolutely probably the most annoying thing. Like, I just hate the satin getting wet. So I had this towel wrap that I got from Dollar Tree a while back, and I actually have it on the wrong way. But I got this towel wrap and I just wore it in the shower so that I can do my makeup real quick. And yeah, can we get into the skincare, guys? I've been using the Kahi Skin Balm on my face and I'm just obsessed with it. That's nor here nor there. But today's video, we're gonna do a get ready with me as I talk about imposter syndrome. Guys. If you guys are new here, my name is Desiree. I go by Queen Neferdede because everyone calls me Dede. And I do faith, fashion, and beauty, and a little bit of lifestyle videos here and there. I'm not new to this. I'm true to it, but I'm still very new, if that makes sense. I'm not new to this whole content creation world because I've been doing this since 2014 really, but 2015 is when I started taking it serious. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you know what I do on there. But I'm really learning more on how to improve my content creation skills and just basically get better in all areas and aspects of my life. Just becoming my best self and the best version of myself. Really? My son just woke up. He's turning 3 on Tuesday, guys. His birthday is June 4th. So we're actually heading out so that we can have a little, like, you know, fun time with him while it's nice out, and, you know, buy him a little bit of clothes. He doesn't need any more toys. He does not need any more toys, guys, at all. Like, this boy has too many toys. Like, way too many toys. Alrighty, guys, so I will be doing my makeup with my son on my lap. You guys can't see him because the frame he's not in the frame. So yeah, we're gonna do this beat and talk about imposter syndrome and how I've pretty much just feel like over the years, I've held my own self back and I've been in my own way. And there's a lot of things that I wish I could have did differently, but I think a big part of why I have not been consistent is because of imposter syndrome and fear. Okay, yeah. My e.l.f. primer is like done. I need more. I literally need more. So yeah, a huge part of why I feel like I'm a little behind or, not where I want to be, as I also take accountability, is the fact that I struggle a lot with fear, the fear of judgment. I struggle a lot with imposter syndrome and just basically my overall view of self could be a lot better. Like, people admire my work ethic and admire the things that I do, but I just feel like I could be doing 20 times more. I could just be doing a lot more. And I just know what I'm capable of. And I know that as a believer in Christ, like, operating in faith is so important and not operating from a place of fear. Like, I am my own worst critic. I am not gonna lie, guys. I am my own worst critic. I am so hard on myself. Like, growing up, my mom used to tell me, stop being so hard on yourself. Like, you really need to stop having that inferiority complex and like beating yourself up a lot. And because I am sometimes, quote unquote, a perfectionist, when things don't go my way, I'm like, whatever, and I throw the towel in because I need it to be a particular way. And I think I get that from my dad. I'm not gonna lie. So, like, this is a fun fact. I always have a story time or like a fun fact, but on Saturdays as kids, my dad was big on us waking up and cleaning the house, right? So the way we had to clean the house had to be to his standard of liking. If it wasn't done to his standard of liking, we would have to do it again. My dad is very, very particular on the way things are done. The way you slice your vegetables, the way you dish out food, the way you cook, the way you speak, the way you dress, like very, very particular. So as kids, it's like that perfectionism my dad has kind of like rubbed off on me. And it's crazy because it's like, I'm not like a type A perfectionist, right? I'm very like go with the flow, but things still need to be done in a certain way and manner. Okay, so now I'm here by myself. So yeah, it's been like a long time, right? Like, I was in Georgia in March, and this lady next to me was talking to another young lady at the table at my cousin's baby shower, and she was saying, girl, get out of your own way. She kept saying, get out of your own way, girl. Had I not been at that table, ear hustling, I would have never heard someone tell me that. Like, that phrase, get out of your own way, when I tell you, struck a chord in me. And she wasn't even talking to me. She was talking to the girl next to me. Ciao. She said, get out of your own way, y'all. When I tell you, I'm like, Desiree, you have been in your own way. Like, you've literally held your own self back, and you have nobody to blame but yourself. Like, and that's just like a spiritual thing too at the end of the day. Because I always say God is within you, right? So if God is within you, why are you afraid? Why are you having so much self-doubt? That means that your faith needs to really be like, you need to improve in the area of faith and operate from a place of faith. And that's why, I don't know if you guys know this, but when I started my business, House of Destiny, I created Faith is Greater Than Fear t-shirts because that was something personal that I was dealing with. I was dealing with my own issues with fear and needing to lean and operate from a place of faith, right? And I think also when you surround yourself with people that always see the light in you, it will be easier for you to operate from a place of faith. But when you are connected to individuals that may not always see the light in you or may not have faith in you, they don't speak faith over you, they don't speak life over you, it's so easy to fall into a state of, dang, I'm not good enough, dang, I suck. Like, you know? And that's why it's so important that the company you keep are individuals that believe in you as much as you believe in you or are trying to believe in yourself. The company you keep also needs to believe in you so that they can cheer you on and pray for you in seasons where you may not be feeling your best self, right? And over the years, I would isolate myself. Like, that's something that I do a lot, is just self-isolation. And that's not healthy. And I'm learning that now, that like self-isolation is not always healthy. And it's written in the word, ask and ye shall receive, right? But like, I think because of my fear of judgment and my fear of being criticized, my fear of being ridiculed, like, you know, I just hate asking people because the human thing, right? Like when you ask people for help or ask people for guidance, they judge you, and then your life becomes a topic of discussion with their friends. And that's something that I just personally hate. That like, I want to come to somebody in confidence knowing that like what I'm going through is safe with you. I want to come to you in confidence knowing that like you're not about to go ahead and share this personal matter with X, Y, and Z, and that's just like a topic of discussion with you and your friends. And the older I get, it's like I'm just being mindful of who I allow near me and who I share things with. And that's because I have to protect the part of me and the version of me that I've worked so hard to become. And also, like, because of imposter syndrome, right? Like, if I'm always feeling like the imposter or feeling like I'm not good enough, and then I come to you and ask you for help, and you laugh at me or you take my inquiry to your peer who I may not know, then it's like you are validating that imposter in me. You are basically igniting or heightening that imposter in me to grow to another level. So I just rather protect myself from the embarrassment or save myself from the embarrassment and, you know, either figure it out on my own or just do what works for me, right? But I know that it's important to ask questions when you need help, really. But because people, right, like this is something that I cannot control. Because people already perceive my life as perfect, right? And I've learned that with social media, people will perceive you to be perfect just because you post a couple of photos and videos on social media, they think that you have it all together. And I'm like, that, and I hate to say this, but that has nothing to do with me. Like, the way you perceive me. If you perceive me to be perfect and I'm coming to you and telling you that I'm not perfect, I need help. Like, I can't change the way you think about me, right? I can't. What I can do is be transparent in my journey and be honest when I am posting and going about life, especially when I do lifestyle content, right? I just realized I changed the setting on my camera. So it is not soft, the setting. It's actually giving you raw, like, anyways. So yeah, I can't change the way people perceive me, right? What I can only do is show up as authentic as possible and just being myself. I'm not perfect. I don't have it all together. And as humans, we are not perfect, right? That's why we are followers. Well, that's why I am a follower of Christ, so that I can bear the fruits of the Spirit, right? So that I can improve who I am as an individual and make myself better in the eyes of Christ, right? We're not living for man, we're living for Christ. But I feel like it's just human nature to have these feelings of imposter syndrome and self-doubt, etc. And one thing I would say that is there is a difference between self-doubt and self-pity. One thing I'm not about to do is wallow in self-pity. No. That is not what I'm about to do. I'm not about to be feeling sorry for myself and feeling sorry for my situation. What I will do is take accountability for my situations, and I will work on improving myself in various aspects and in various ways. It may take a long time for me to improve, but what I will not do is woe is me, because woe is not me. Okay? I have so much to be grateful for in this life. I have so much to give thanks to God for, that, okay, minor hiccups and obstacles in life do not define who I am. They're just only a part of my journey and a part of my testimony. So yeah, I'm like really trying to work on how I view myself overall as a young woman maturing who's going to be in her 30s next year. I am really like trying to give myself more grace. When I turned 28, I said this is my year of 20 grace, because everybody when they turn 28 they say 20 great, but I said this is my year of 20 grace and growth and just improving myself in every way I can. And you know, projection is something that I've learned is a human flaw. And projection is a common flaw that a lot of us humans have, where we project our current state in life. We project our shortcomings and our own mishaps and misfortunes onto others. That's something that I try not to do, right? I always say everyone has a different starting point in life. Some people are starting from second generation, wealth, right? Like, I don't know how to say it. Like, I'm first generation. So everything that I'm learning, my parents did not know, right? So it's up to me now to learn grow so that this generation that's coming after me, which is my son's generation, second generation, they don't fall short or have the same experiences I've had, right? Now, again, people operate from different starting points. So I know some of my peers have parents that became doctors and lawyers, and aunts and uncles who may have higher statuses and ranks in life, whatever, what a status, right? But their starting point is different than mine. Whereas I'm starting from the part where our parents came to America to give us a better life. That's the point that I'm starting from, right? And in doing so, my mom and dad did the best that they could. So I give them grace and I appreciate everything they've done for me. And now it's up to me to take that baton in which they've passed down to me and run my race at my own pace. Run my own race at my own pace. And, and basically improve myself. I'm going to do my eyes now. My eyes with this Morphe palette that I've been using forever. I need to do a makeup shopping haul, guys. I really do. I need to get some new products. New primer, new eyeshadow palette, the whole shebang bang. Excuse the noise in the background. My son has opened the door and he's telling me that I can't close the door. So there's that. I forgot where I left off. Oh my God. I think I was talking about how everybody has different starting points in life and we can't fault anybody for being where they are, or be upset that someone is farther along than you because they did the work and you didn't, or because they had the inheritance, they had the guidance, they had the mentorship. They basically had a different starting point than you. One thing that I always say is do not become a product of your environment. So even if you started off, like your starting point was extreme poverty or your starting point was no help, no guidance, right? But you came out on top and you basically persevered and changed your whole narrative. Your narrative is only personal to you. You are the director of your life. As God is your creative director, you are the CEO of your life. You have the ability to change your circumstance by just changing your mindset, right? But that's nor here nor there. I'm on a journey of changing the way I think about myself and not being a slave to fear anymore and not allowing my past and imposter syndrome play a major role in my life. Like, goodbye, imposter syndrome. You have no place in my life anymore. I can't find my eyeshadow brush. What is this? I cannot find the brush. You know, I need to do a 360 with like my makeup. I had, in the beginning of the year, I bought like new makeup products, a new makeup set, like bag set, and now I'm like, I need a whole new makeup bag, new makeup brushes, and just new everything. But yeah, let me not use such a dark color. I don't really want too dark a brown on my eye. But yeah, so, oh, that is very dark. Because I'm using the wrong brush anyways. Hey, yeah. Let's use the finger to blend it out. It's too harsh. I'm back. Yeah, so We are the CEOs, the directors of our own lives, as God is our creative director. And you guys should definitely watch that YouTube series. I'm obsessed with it, like really loving that series right now. It's God is our creative director. And that young lady on that platform is doing so well with her interviews. And it's just so spot on that I discovered her channel this year. Like so spot on. Because that's something that I always say. God is the first creative, and because of God being a creative, I am also a creative. You know, going back to the whole topic of imposter syndrome, I think social media plays a huge role in that, right? Like, would we even feel imposter syndrome if it wasn't for social media? If it wasn't for digital marketing? Because if we were not on social media, why would we be feeling like imposters? When I tell you before, I joined social media late, right? Or Instagram late. Before Instagram and before I really started my whole blogging content creation journey, I was fine. Like, I was breezing through life, like unfazed, happy, like, and then you see what is out there, right? And what is attainable because other people have it. So it's like, okay, now that's a motivating force in my life. But now comparison is a thief of joy. If you're going to be like, oh my God, she has that, why don't I have that? Oh my God, she has such a large following, why don't I have that? Oh my God, she lives in a high rise, why don't I live in a high rise? Oh my God, she's driving a Porsche, a 2024 Porsche. We cannot look at what everybody has and automatically feel some type of jealousy or envy just because they have it. You have to be happy for people and the things that they have and the accomplishments that they achieve. That's something that I've always been, right? I'm always happy and cheering on women, especially women, because I know that it's not easy, especially when you're a Black woman, being a double minority, to have the things that you have and accomplish the things that you accomplish, right? Even though some of us have different starting points, like your parents may have already had a Roth IRA for you, or your trust fund baby, or your parents had a savings already for you to go to college, or, you know, like maybe your starting point is different, but you still put in the work though, right? Like, I can't be mad at that. Like, I cannot be mad at that. What I can be upset at with myself is my lack for going hard. I need to go hard. Like, when I see that, I'm like, yeah, you gotta go harder. And I watched another video. Oh my God, I have another story. It's not a story, but it's just like a relation. So, or connecting the dot. I watched a video where it was a TikTok video, and there was these two daughters, and they were sleeping in, and the girl was recording her dad, and then she was like, my dad on Saturday, or my dad coming in, and he's opening the blinds, and he's like basically telling them like, get up, your competition is already up, blah, blah, blah. That was my dad, okay? Saturday morning, if you slept in past 12, my dad has a cup of water and he's sprinkling water on your face. He did not play that. You cannot sleep in past 12 o'clock on a Saturday. Granted, we didn't have jobs at that time, but like, it's just the idea of one sleeping in past a certain time on a Saturday was a no-no in the Dawson household. Although as we got older, it was like, okay, these girls still get their work done, they still do their chores, like, okay. Like, my parents became lenient over the years, right? But growing up, sleeping in past a certain time, you're not allowed to do that in the Dawson household. That was a no-no. But Saturdays used to be so fun because like we would wake up and the music would be blasting, our older sisters would be cooking, like it was just like a vibe in the Dawson household on a Saturday. I didn't even put my Huda Beauty powder on. Speed this up just a tad bit, only because the video was too long, but that's only if you guys like sit down videos. Like, I don't mind my video being long, but can you guys sit down and watch a video this long? I don't know, that's up to you. But yeah, so I say that to say, everybody's starting point is different, but you really need to get up and put in the work. Like you cannot complain that, oh my God, I'm not where I am supposed to be because my parents didn't set me up, or like certain things after a certain age is like, all right, yeah, your parent didn't set you up, but there's resources, there's things out there that are free. I think too, though, like also as a first generation, I feel imposter syndrome because those who are not first generation, I not that they had it easy, but like when you see the things that they have or the things that they're doing, or those who have big brothers, right? Like my older brother passed a few years ago, but like I wasn't raised in the same household as him. And so when I see like other people with like older brothers and that they're spoiled and they can do, like I was watching a video on TikTok and this girl was like, she's the only girl and she had all brothers. It's like, of course you're gonna be spoiled, and of course you're gonna get everything quote unquote easier, even though you still have to work, because your starting point is different. Like your whole dynamic and lifestyle is different. But I think one thing that has helped me not be an imposter is actually just doing the work, right? And letting my results speak for itself and doing good work. I have the resources and I have the tools, yes. It's just left with me to now do the work. And so now that I'm gonna be 29 next month, it's like I really have nobody else to blame but myself, because you have the resources, you have the tools, you just gotta put in the work, girl. And your life can change in like a year. I'm a great testament to that. Your life can change in a year. Your life can change in a year. The year I gave birth to the year after I gave birth, 2022 was such a good year. I had a lot of ups and downs, but it was such a good year. And 2023 was an even better year. And I know for a fact 2024 is continuing to show me grace and growth. That's what I said, right? 28 is the year of grace and growth. And 29, the diamond that was in the rough will be found, because I'll be turning 25, but it's also my diamond year. Desiree Dawson, Ruby Dime. I'm a dime. So yeah, it's just no more imposter syndrome, right? Like that's just not of God. Imposter syndrome is not of God, right? Like it really isn't. Like where did it even come from? And that's why I'm saying, like, if we look at the root of imposter syndrome, it's because we're comparing ourselves to other people and social media. And looking at other people's starting points and saying, oh my God, why don't I have that? When they have a totally different starting point than we do. Like, or I do, at least. So, no more imposter syndrome, Desiree. Like, let it go. Just let it go. Please let it go. Let imposter syndrome, that imposter syndrome honestly needed to stay in 2023. You brought it with you to 2024. Take it out. No more. Take that imposter syndrome away, girl. And it's crazy because it's like, I do put in the work, right? But the way I think about myself and view myself just needs to be better. Because, Desiree, you are a dime. Hello, Miss Ruby Dime, Miss Neferdede, Queen Neferdede. You are a dime. You're a dime, baby. It's your 29, 25. Like, hello. I'll be 29, and it's like the way that I looked at myself before and what I wanted to accomplish. I've pretty much tried everything that I wanted to try in life, right? Now I just need to focus on just sticking to one thing and letting it flourish so that whatever gain I get from that can be invested and recycled into something else. Like, you know, that domino effect, right? Like, basically allowing myself to enter into a new career. Like, oh, so I said, oh. Yeah, y'all, like, a lot of you guys don't know this, but I've been pursuing technology since 2021. I took a Salesforce administration course, and I took a ServiceNow system admin course as well, but I also have web design experience. So I've just been trying to find myself and understand which career route I'm trying to take, and understanding like, okay, you need to do something and let it stick. Like, seriously, do it for 2 years, 3 years, but use those gains to invest into what it is that you actually enjoy and need to do for yourself. So, gosh, doing eyeliner on camera is so difficult. I'm gonna have to do this off camera. Okay, so guys, I went ahead and did my eyeliner off camera. I did my eyeliner off camera. I just put my wig on with the headband. I've been rocking this headband wig. Well, this wig and this headband combination all week, and I really like it. It's super cute, super, just cutesy. I'm gonna get braids next week. I made a schedule. I made an appointment with my sister to get some braids. Dang, I have so many fun facts. I always say fun fact. Fun fact. Another fun fact. My mom's a hairstylist, owns a hair salon. My sister's a hairstylist. She works out of my mom's salon. Plush Styles Beauty Salon. If you're in New Jersey, you need to get your hair done, hair braided, check them out. Okay, yeah, so what I was saying though, guys, I've been on my tech journey for 3 years, more than 3 years, because I started web design in 2019. But it's like, you know, when you try something and then you're like, ugh, I don't know if this is for me. You try something, then you're like, I don't know if this is for me. Then you try something else, then you're like, shoot, I failed at it. Then you try something else and you're like, I should have just stuck with the thing I was doing before. Yeah, so I wanted to pursue a career in UX design, and then I was like, okay, well, I need a job while I'm pursuing my career in UX design. So while I was working my regular 9 to 5, I was studying and also doing websites on the side to build my portfolio. Then I was introduced to the world of Salesforce from my customer service job at Tory Burch, and my cousin was a consultant, and she told me about a program. So I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and take this system admin course and see if I like it. I made some great friends, hey Alana and Monteria, during my Pep Up Tech days. I made some really good friends. We have a name for ourselves. Well, it's a group chat. It's called the Salesforce Sisters. We haven't spoken to each other in a while. It's so funny because Alana is in New York this weekend, and I was gonna make time to go see her, but because it's my son's birthday and I'm all the way in another state right now, I told her we will meet up another day. If not this week, then I will have to go see her in her state. But yeah, that's nor here nor there. y'all, whenever I'm talking, it's like I always have to like, I'm oversharing like another aspect or part. I started my Salesforce journey. I never took the exams for the Salesforce admin because I really was focused on UX design during that time. And I was like, I need to just go ahead and stick to UX design because I never really wanted to be a system admin at all. But Salesforce has a UX design product. They have the marketing cloud and they have the design and something cloud. I forget the name. But because it's been so many years, I know they changed it. And so I was just like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and take the Google Coursera UX design course. And that's what I did. Mind you, during this time, I was still working a full-time job. And I had just given birth when I started the course. So then I was just like, you know what, forget it. I'm just gonna go back to what I was doing previously, stay in my customer service job and start my UX, like really get serious about my UX design journey. And then I was like, I do wanna go back for my master's and eventually my PhD. And I knew that I wanted to study human-computer interactions. And basically that is, so outside of UX design, there's also UX research. So it's basically understanding the psychology behind why users use mobile apps and different like technology tools and systems the way they do. So you're just like, you're on the research side of UX design. And in UX design, like there's the team, you have the user interface designer, and you have the user experience designer, and then you have the user researcher. So for me, I was like, okay, well, if I go back for my master's, I would study that and I will continue my career that way. But I don't know if a lot of you have this experience, but like sometimes going to school is very expensive. You have to make smart decisions. So new mom and me make a certain dollar amount and wanting to live a certain lifestyle, I'm like, I need to work. And going back to school is not it right now. Like, I just need to work. So I was like, I just need to find a job. And that's when I found the job that I got last year. That basically opened my eyes to like the world of like bridal, and being that I already had a shoe business at the time, I was like, ugh, everything just goes hand in hand. So it's like a lot of back and forth with my career, a lot of back and forth with my business journey. There's just so much back and forth. And I'm like, God, I need direction, right? And so this is why I keep saying, like, I'm no longer a slave to fear. I'm no longer an imposter, like, you know what I mean? And it's not that I've been an imposter. It's just I need to understand my worth and my value and really just ask God for clarity on my journey. My journey is just been like so many different, like my journey has just been like a lot of back and forth and me trying to understand which career route to continue pursuing. Do I stick to entrepreneurship full time, or do I, so I was like, oh, do I just go back to my regular remote jobs doing customer service while I'm saving and investing into my side hustles and businesses? You know, where am I in life right now? What do I want to do? And so that's why I'm just like, I'm not an imposter. I have to stop saying that, right? Because life and death lies in the power of the tongue. And although I may not be exactly where I wanted myself to be at the age of 29, it's okay, right? Like, I'm not where I used to be yesterday, which is really good. Like, I'm not where I used to be last year mentally. I'm not where I used to be last year physically and emotionally. I feel like I'm in a lighter, better headspace this year, and a clearer headspace. I'm using this matte setting spray, even though I just sprayed one size. Because one size just, I don't know, sometimes it's just too matte. And I like a little bit of a dewy finish. I like a mixture of the medium between dewy and matte. So, I've just been dealing with so many different emotions and feelings as I'm about to turn 29 next month, and wanting to pursue content. I want to pursue content creation full time. It's me wanting to pursue content creation and my businesses full time, but knowing that like I had different goals set from like a year or two ago that I need to really focus on, so that I can focus on my businesses and content creation full time, if that makes sense, right? So I've always been the woman and individual to work a full-time job and have a couple side hustles on the side. But this year I was like, it's okay. Like, let's regroup and see where our head is at and where we are in life. And so now, with my birthday being almost a month away, I'm like pulling my hair out. My birthday will be July 11th. Today's June 1st. And I'm like, Desiree, what's going on? You had all these plans at the beginning of the year. And going back to my career, in the beginning of the year, I got my certification as a certified Scrum Master, and I loved that course that I took, the agile principles and understanding the difference between waterfall methodology and Scrum, and understanding how to run a Scrum team. I just thought that like learning that was so cool, and the way I passed that exam like this, I was just like, oh, this is really good. And the way that the teacher that I had, Jem Jelly, he really broke down Scrum and understanding agile and how to apply that to your own life. Like, you have to be agile, right? And when you add the agile way of thinking, like being agile as a mindset is the way that he explained it, and I love that so much. I was like, yeah, in life you have to be agile. Like, even just how you pursue your different life goals, being agile is so important. And so even though I'm not in a Scrum position right now, like working as a Scrum Master, I am a certified Scrum Master, and I was pursuing project management at one point. And I was just like, I had a friend tell me, they were like, because you got your certification as a CSM, certified Scrum Master, just go ahead and start pursuing those roles. My imposter syndrome kicked in. Because I was like, I've never had a Scrum role before. I don't even think I understand all of the basics and principles of Scrum. And then I'm like, what are you talking about? Yes, you do. But it's me psyching myself out and me being in my own way. That's right. Get out your way. Get out of your way. If there's anything I can tell you guys today, especially the young women growing up, get out of your own way. We as individuals block our own blessings. You have the resources, you have the tools, you have the community, you got everyone telling you you're doing what you need to do this. You have your mentors and your peers that are like speaking life into you. Why are you blocking your own blessings? Get out of your own way. Like, seriously, get out of your own way. That was the best thing I could hear this year. And it's like I wasn't supposed to hear it because the conversation was not between me and that individual. It's just the fact that I was there at that time and moment at the table had to have been God, because when she said, get out of your own way, I said, child, I've been in my own way my entire adult life. I've been in my own way. And I'm like, why you block your own blessings? Why do you block your own blessings? This is me talking to myself now. Why do you block your own blessings, right? Why do we do that as humans? Block our own blessings. Why do we psych ourselves up? Like, why do we feel like we're not good enough? Why do you feel like you're not good enough? When other people on the outside in may be thinking like, oh my God, she's so perfect. I want her life. And I'm like, y'all don't even know what I go through behind closed doors. Y'all don't even know what I go through when this camera is off. But it's like, if people can see the light in you, why can't you see the light in you? Why do you not see those God-given gifts inside of you, right? Like, come on, believer, you gotta believe in yourself. If you believe in a God that is a miracle working God, that is bigger than all of your problems, that is bigger than any obstacle, that is bigger than any naysayer, why do you continue to doubt yourself? As you doubt yourself, that means you're doubting God, because God is within you. Make it make sense. The math not mathing. The math is not mathing. Okay? And so I say all of that to say, get out your own way, sis. Get out of your own way, brother. Get out of your own way. And let's get to this. Let's get to this bag. Let's really lean into our spiritual bag. If you claim to be a believer, and this is me talking to myself, y'all. When I say what I'm saying, I'm not saying this just to say this to you all. I am talking to myself. I am talking to myself. Right? These are all, I always say, notes to self. Note to self. Literally, guys, I leave voice notes to myself. If I'm weird, I'm weird. But I talk to myself by leaving voice notes. If I write in my notes app on my phone, okay, that's one thing. But I have a list, a whole, library of voice notes, an index of voice notes to myself. But yeah, y'all, like, no more imposter syndrome. Like, this is what the devil wants, is for us to be imposters and to not know our self-worth. The devil wants us to be down bad. The devil wants you, like, this world feeds off of, all right, let me get into it real quick, right? Like, as someone who is in digital marketing, this world preys and prize on individuals that do not know their self-worth, and they prey and pry on those insecurities to make $1 off of those insecurities. So you not believing in yourself, you not feeling like you're good enough, you making somebody else rich. Why? Because they got a product or service out there for you to solve that problem. You want somebody to be rich off of you? Or are you going to be rich off of you? Think about it. You gotta think about it. Because one thing I always say is that, like, I don't mind working a 9 to 5, right? So this is something that I also toy with. I don't mind working a 9 to 5. Actually, I enjoy working a 9 to 5, and I've been working 9 to 5 my entire life, right? I think I always go back and forth with, will I be working a 9 to 5 to make someone else rich all the days of my life? Or will I actually lean in onto my own God-given abilities and gifts to now do what I need to do to make myself and my family rich? Like, you gonna be making somebody else rich your entire life? No. Not I, said the cat. That's not why my parents came to America, and that's not why God died for my sins. being dead serious, guys. Like, I'm being so serious. Because one thing about it, Desiree Dawson got a work ethic, a very agile work ethic. Okay? Put me in a garden, in a field. Put me in a field. Because a lot of people, they can do like the higher jobs, but they can't do the low level jobs, right? I can do both and adapt to every industry, adapt to any work environment. I worked warehouse jobs. I worked them warehouse jobs, and that job is not easy. But you know what? Them people that work them warehouse jobs, the mindset that they have, I gotta put food on the table for my family. I gotta put food on the table for my family. They do them jobs day in, day out, day in, day out. And half the time they don't even complain. It's just they making a living for their family, so their family don't suffer. And that's something that I just admire and appreciate. Not saying that I don't admire the work ethic that the people who have higher ranking jobs or higher salary jobs. That's not what I'm saying, because they too had to start from the bottom, or they too had to start from somewhere. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is that, like, my work ethic is always 10 out of 10. Just put me in a field, right? Like, that's something that's why this journey of mine has been so, like, tiresome, because I'm like, I have such a great work ethic, and the way I'm a quick learner and fast learner, sometimes it's like you just need that one opportunity, that one person to believe in you, that one, just give me a chance, bro. Like, you know what I mean? But then it's like, you have to prove yourself. Why do they need to give you a chance? Da, 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 da. All this extra stuff. Too much politics and logistics in the world of, employment and finding yourself. That's all I wanted to say is no more imposter syndrome, guys. Like, really believe in yourself. If you believe in a miracle working God, and a way making God, a promise keeping God, you gotta believe in yourself. Because you have to have that faith, right? You got the faith to believe in God, then why don't you believe in yourself? That doesn't make sense. The math don't math, okay? So, this video is mad long. This video probably about to be an hour, but it's okay. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. I really do appreciate it. It's your girl, Neferdede, the content queen. Stay tuned for more videos. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And please, 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 please follow me on all of my social media platforms, Instagram, TikTok, like me on Facebook, etc. You know what it is already.
Oh,